Hi, welcome back to World of the Psychic.
You are the future.
Give me the prophecy.
It is the future you see.
It's about the future, isn't it?
The future looks good.
Hey, Nikka.
Yes.
We need to turn our attentions to the future.
Okay, that's good.
We got a little bit of a Bears prediction via Nate Davis from USA Today. He released his first NFL power rankings for the 2026 season. And there was a couple things that jumped out at me, including our very own Chicago Bears. And we'll get to that in a second.
The Bears.
The Bears. We are also going to flash to Nate's season predictions, where he predicted how every team is going to finish in the standings with their records and what's going to happen in the playoffs, who's going to win the Super Bowl. So stay tuned for that at the end.
Okay, so where did the Bears land on this prediction? I mean, power rankings.
Well, believe it or not, folks, Nate Davis has the Chicago Bears as the number five
Wow.
overall team heading into the 2026 season.
Yeah!
Who's
And
number one?
Before we get to that, I'm going to read what he wrote about the Bears. But before we get to that, I'll tell you the four teams listed ahead of the Bears right now are the
Rams.
Los Angeles Rams. Any guesses on team two?
Seattle Seahawks.
Correct again, Nikka.
All right.
Shall we keep the guessing game going?
Sure. After that, we go with, drum roll please, Kansas City. Okay.
All right.
Buffalo Bills.
They are fourth.
Oh, okay. So
They're in
what's
the top four.
All right. So I'm missing the third.
You're missing
team.
number three. It's tough because I don't know if I would have them ranked as high.
Okay. I give it to you. What is it?
It's Denver.
Oh,
the Broncos.
Denver Broncos.
Yes.
Okay, I don't see it, but okay. It's a new team up on the rise, so maybe.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean,
Yeah.
they didn't play with Bo Nix in that playoff game that they lost to the Patriots, who were able to hold off the snow, if I remember correctly, and earn a trip to the Super Bowl. The Broncos, who will have Bo Nix back to start the season, are the number 3 team ahead of the Bears. Any thoughts about those 4 teams being listed ahead of the Bears?
Well, I get the top 2 and the Bills. I really don't get the Denver because I would put them maybe on the same level as the Patriots or 49ers even.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this about the top 4 is that the Patriots not being in the top 4, being a defending AFC champion, is a little bit surprising to me because they don't have any major pieces not coming back. I think people looked at the AFC as weak last year and view it as being improved this year. So might not be as easy of a path. Also, I think people think that the DJ Moore signing by the Bills has elevated them to be above because they actually have a legit wide receiver for Josh Allen.
I don't have any problem with the Buffalo Bills being ranked high at all because of their quarterback and DJ Moore that they just got.
Yeah. For me, I think maybe the Broncos are ranked a little bit too high, but let's talk about the Bears, and then we'll talk about who's below the Bears and
Everybody else.
well, yes, everyone else, but where on that list they fall.
Hey, the Packers are lower. That matters.
All right. Well, here's what Nate Davis wrote about the Chicago Bears, number 5.
Sure.
What was an opportunistic defense in 2025 is already dealing with injuries while blending in several new pieces, the secondary especially. Ugh. And I think this was written pre-Kobe Bryant news, out 4 to 6 months. Ouch. But if an offense with so many young players at the skill positions can take a dramatic leap in year 2 under Ben Johnson, then a team that reached the divisional round last season could well take the next step, maybe even 2. And that's what he wrote about your Chicago Bears. I mean, he writes a little blurb about all 32 teams, and he's going to keep updating this now every week here on in after the preseason, after all the games.
This is just the beginning.
I have to agree with him because it is a leap year for our quarterback. Second year under Ben Johnson, that should make him
Absolutely.
further.
It's funny. There's we have young offensive skill players that could take the leap. I made a list. Luther Burden. Now he's going to miss the rest of preseason with a groin injury, but knock on wood, he'll be back week 1, and it's nothing serious that's going to hamper his season. Colston Loveland, by all intents and purposes, is just a beast in the making. He's fast. He's big. He can run block. He can allow Ben Johnson to be very creative.
Sure.
Roma
Okay.
Dunze.
Another
He's
one.
on a prove-it season, everybody. He's also due to maybe get extended next year,
He's
along
looking
with
for
Caleb.
a contract. Okay.
So he wants to show that he was a top 10 pick and get paid.
Show me the money!
You have Khalif Raymond, who's new to the team and wanting to prove himself. Jade didn't start playing until the end of last year. He probably wants to Buffalo's two-stepping out on the field.
Most likely.
And let's not forget Caleb himself. He's the biggest weapon ready to take the next step/leap because he works and practices harder than everyone I just mentioned on the list.
If you ain't first, you're last. You know?
We have new rookies like Xavier Thomas, Sam Roush, and even Logan Jones is an offensive piece at center. And, you know, he's probably not going to get much time this year behind Garrett Bradbury because Ben Johnson just loves Garrett Bradbury. But having these new rookies in the building now that these old rookies, I'm calling like Colston Loveland, Luther Bird, and last year's rookies, even Rome and Caleb, who were rookies under Ben Johnson's system last year, now they're in year 2 and they knew what to expect coming into this whole process. And they've been doing it during OTAs, now during training camp. And so it's just setting a better example for the new rookies that we have this year are getting acclimated all that much faster.
Of course.
So
it's a good system
I don't
right
even
now.
think we know, you know, the potential of how soon these new rookies could start contributing based on the fact that the old rookies, as I'm calling them, are coming into this season so much more prepared.
Well, that's great. I just hope none of these older rookies don't get into the regression where you see a lot of players in the second year of their positions.
The sophomore slump, as you call it.
Right,
Yes.
exactly. They fall into that category, and it's neither them doing anything wrong. It's just part of
you know what it is
systems.
more? It's the league adjusting to them and
No,
trying
that
new
could
things
be.
on how to like stop them. It's a copycat league too.
Sure,
So if
that's
one person
fair.
has film on how to stop Colston Loveland, then every team might start trying to do that.
Yes, but-
However, when the Bears have this many potent weapons, which is why you want them to all stay healthy through this process, then it increases the likelihood that someone's going to be open. And if someone starts to become open, then teams are going to adjust, and then Colston Loveland will be open again, and teams are going to be like, oh, shit, what do we do now?
That's all fair.
So-
That's all fair. But guys do sometimes get more money. They get situations. They got girlfriends, wives, family, and it all weighs in on their progress. It all weighs in on their development.
Yeah.
So you have to take that under consideration as well. Not everybody is just ready to go all
Nah,
the
but
time.
everybody's on the same timetable when
Yes.
it comes to life. I understand that. I think that's one of Ben Johnson's hardest jobs as a head coach. Any NFL head coach
Yeah.
is to try to
Manage
get
lives.
everybody on your team to see eye to eye.
I got a lot of problems with you people.
There were 5 teams ranked behind the Bears in this list.
Okay.
And those teams in order were the Texans, the 49ers, the Bengals, the Cowboys, and the Lions.
Not the Packers?
Not the Packers.
Really?
Not the Packers. We'll get to that in 1 second. The Texans, I'm surprised that they weren't actually ranked higher because from where I'm standing, they have the best defense in the league.
They
Hands
do.
down. And they've invested in it.
They definitely have defense. They just
And-
don't have offense.
Well, I think CJ Stroud has regressed since his rookie season when they made the playoffs. And now he's going into year 4. And I think they want to see it. You know, they
Yeah.
didn't give him that extension. At least I don't think so.
No,
Maybe they did. I don't remember
know.
now.
It doesn't really matter.
But
at
it
this
doesn't
point.
matter because I think people are waiting to see it before they move them into the top
Yes.
5. 49ers, 7th.
Okay. They do have a good offense, but not defense.
The Bengals, I'm surprised they weren't ranked a little higher as well because 8th. I mean, I feel like their defense got so much improved in the offseason. They got Dexter Lawrence from the Giants in that big trade, and all the offensive weapons are healthy. They have offensive weapons.
Sure.
So the Cowboys, I think there's just a love affair with the Cowboys to want them to be good.
Nostalgia.
But they are improved. A lot of people think they're going to be better this year.
So you concur?
You have the Eagles that I don't think want to go away. You have the Giants who have John Harbaugh as their first coach this year. So, the division is not going to be an easy win for whoever gets it. And then the Lions, like you said, ahead of the Packers, really. The Micah Parsons-less Packers to start the season.
It's all about quarterbacks at the end of the day.
It is, right? Mm-hmm. That's how they're making this list.
Yes.
So, having said that, what does that say about the Packers and the Vikings, who are at 14th and 17th, respectively?
Unproven commodities.
And I think it's sort of aligning with my thoughts about Jordan Love is that he's a good quarterback. I don't know if he's going to ever be great. I don't know if he's ever going to reach that ceiling that people think he is.
And you have to look at their coach as well. You can't overlook the fact that he might not have the same pull as Ben Johnson's in the locker room.
Be very careful, Green Bay fans, because Green Bay is notoriously a slow starting team under Matt LaFleur. And you couple that with the fact that they are now going to be confirmed to not have Micah Parsons until at least week 6. They're going to miss that first Bears game. He is going to miss that first Bears game.
Well, that's okay for the Bears.
It's okay for the Bears.
The Bears.
Rounding it out, the Eagles 19th. I thought that was very low for a team that was in the Super Bowl, 2 years ago?
They regressed.
But they have a lot of those players like Saquon and Jalen Hurts that were on that Super Bowl teams.
But they are older,
And they lost some pieces in the defensive line that they can't afford.
All their teams copy their tush-push, so it's all,
Yeah, I agree. The Saints, 20th. I'm surprised that they are that low. A lot of people I've seen have them as a sleeper this year.
Were they rebuilding?
Well, not a ton. I think they have some. They have the quarterback. They have some wide receivers. They brought back Cameron Jordan, who is actually injured, as I saw today.
It's a damn shame. A damn shame.
We didn't talk about the Vikings that were at 17th, but any thoughts about them nailing?
Unknown quarterback again.
They named Kyler Murray as the starter today.
Right. So it's unknown how it's going to play out in that division specifically. It's a tough division.
I mean, there's people out there that believe that the Vikings, with any semblance of competent quarterback play, will be contenders.
I buy that. They do have a good team. It's just unproven.
Supposedly a good coach. I think it's a kind of prove it year for everyone on the Vikings too. And so, we'll see. All right, moving back onto the other teams, the Giants, 23rd. Are you surprised about that for John Harbaugh's first season?
No, because it's his first year. I'm not surprised at all.
I think that they're going to finish higher than the 23rd best team in the NFL. That's just my thought.
Oh, maybe. I'm just not surprised they're lower ranked. That's all.
Okay. I'm surprised they're not ranked higher.
Okay.
The Raiders, 29th. Bringing up the end. I am a little bit surprised about this. You have the number 1 draft pick and
again, unproven.
When I see this, Nikka, does this mean that Max Crosby is more likely to get traded before the trading deadline?
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah!
Well, I'm sure he's motivated to get traded. He doesn't want to be on the losing team.
Oh, well, hopefully he doesn't get too rough with his quarterback in practice. Otherwise, he might get suspended again.
Because he said bad words.
OMG, Nikka. Can you believe what this world's coming to when we're suspending football players from practice for getting in each other's face 1 or 2 times?
No comments.
That's not how you make Max Crosby happy, everybody.
No, that's not how you make any football player specifically happy.
All right, well.
It's a physical sport.
Last and certainly least, the Cardinals and the Dolphins bringing up the rear, and I got no argument with that. That's exactly who I would have at 31 and 32. Of course, the Dolphins dealing with that $99 million that they had to use against the cap for Tua. Ouch. Nate Davis, he wasn't done, though he had done this work earlier. He had done a whole season's worth of predictions for all the teams, Nikka, and he has the Chicago Bears repeating as NFC North champions with a 12-5 record.
We said the same thing. That's the record we are looking at.
Yeah, I think I had him
season.
at 13-4 even. And
True.
Again, the season starts so favorably for the Bears, and they could really like get off to such a hot start where they become the team to catch.
But with his power ranking, it fits. In order to be power ranked number 5, you have to provide some wins and be potentially a division champ again.
You know what's funny to me is that when you read the blurb that he wrote about the Bears, it's obvious that he's betting on some of their potential and the leaps because he has them ranked so high, and yet he's acknowledging that, like, in order for this to happen, the Bears need a lot of leaps. He also went on to predict the playoffs, and he has the Bears winning, being the second overall seed in the NFC, and winning their first round matchup at home against the 49ers. We don't play the 49ers in the regular season this year, but what a matchup. I would love to see the Bears play the 49ers after that awesome game they had last year where the Bears fell just a tad short on the road, but it was one of the best back and forth NFL games in history. Never had happened before where two teams were tied at 35 and had traded scores back and forth like that.
That was a good game.
Yeah, but the second round, I got a little problem with this because he has the Bears losing to the Dallas Cowboys at home in the divisional round.
What?
I don't like that. Like, why would we lose this game?
Again,
this is the same place we ended up last year, losing to the Rams in the divisional round at home. You get me all hyped up, number 5 on the list, and yet you don't give us a little bit further. Nate Davis wasn't done. He has the Rams defeating the Bills, who you mentioned, at home. I say the Rams are winning at home because the Super Bowl is at their home stadium this year. And so the Rams get a home Super Bowl victory against the Bills, according to Nate Davis.
The reason why the Bears will lose to the Cowboys, there's no reason that they're going to lose to that game, but why he rates them so high that there's a potential for loss.
So you think this is more about the Cowboys?
It's more about the Cowboys than the Bears. It has nothing to do with the Bears. It's the Cowboys nostalgia. Cowboys will always make some kind of a leap, and they will become a team that people want them to be.
Right.
There's an old adage out there, even about ESPN will always talk about the Cowboys no matter what, because there's so many fans of the Cowboys.
Right.
Still,
I agree with that.
They are not nicknamed America's team for nothing.
Right.
Nevertheless, I think you're onto something that when it came to seeing like, oh, it's Bears versus Cowboys. Well, I'm going to choose the Cowboys because that's a safer choice with my audience.
Exactly.
USA Today.
Exactly.
America's team. You get it. It'll be a great matchup either way to see Caleb go against Dak Prescott. You know the media heads would not get enough of that.
Most likely. All right.
All right. Well, let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think that they have the Bears rated too high here? Or do you think that they are just right? Or do you think they're too low even? What do you think, Nikka?
I think they're just right.
You think the Bears are just right at number 5, huh?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
You know, when this first came out, I thought maybe the Bears are rated a little bit too high.
But when you look at the overall list, there's 32 teams. I don't think they should be higher, but I don't think they should be lower. Maybe 6th position will be still good, but I think 5 is pretty decent.
I think 5 is pretty decent. I think 5 or 6 is where I'd have them.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I would have Buffalo ahead of the Bears. Mm-hmm. What I'm not sure about is if the Texans and the Bengals should be in the top 5 or not. The Texans, like I said, they have the best defense in the NFL.
I think that's what it comes from.
Yeah, but I think it shows you how much more important offense has become. They used to say defense wins championships.
I was about to say this.
Now I feel like it's more about offense and consistency on offense wins championships.
At the end of the day, Seahawks were a defensive team that won the Super Bowl.
Sure, but I don't think they were necessarily bad on offense. They have
No.
one of the best playmakers, Jackson and Jigba, and
Yep. Very true.
I think the Bears are a little bit, maybe a smidgen too high. And the other team, the Bengals, you know, I just think they got better on defense, and we shouldn't overlook that. And they have all their offensive weapons healthy to start the year. They weren't in the Super Bowl that long ago, facing the Rams. So that's just my opinion. But yeah, that's where I had it. Any other thoughts on the list from you? All right. Any surprise that the Packers were so low?
No.
Nikka's not worried about the Packers anymore.
Should worry about other teams.